This video is me doing a little bit of kayak fishing at a public city lake where I live, and anybody can go out there and fish, and you can hear people in the background. I apologize for that, and a lot of screaming and yelling, kids running around. I think there might even been a bad word somebody hollered out or something in the woods, but anyways, it's caught a few fish. The temperature went from 94 degrees to 64 degrees overnight, 30-degree temperature change. So I figured it would have the fish acting kind of weird, and I caught a few, but maybe they were probably not biting as good as they normally would. But anyways, I'll talk about after the footage. I'll talk about how I was catching them and what I was using. Number one right there. We got some wild Comanche yelling over here. See, it's my little split ring there. But honestly, don't think it is the right move for what we're doing here. Let's try this teeny weeny frog. I've had good luck with these little popping frogs. Pull on, just a Palomar knot. Pull on both sides real good to make sure it's not gonna fail. You know, I'm not a big, I don't think Palomar's the greatest end all be all that's ever been, but it's strong. And you know if it's gonna fail or not. You know what I mean? Woof.
see. How'd he miss that? Dang it. Man. How did he miss that, man? Dang it. Make another cast back in here a little bit deeper. Missed my chance. I figured there's gonna be a fish. On the windward side of this pads. And maybe a fish. This little, down this other side. I missed the one that was sitting on this side, I guess. I'll catch a fish down this patch right here. For sure. There he is, son. Son. It's a little old chunk right there. Something wrong with his gills. Scarred up. go. The frog, man. Yike! Hooked myself. Look at that, dude. Frog City. Frog man. City. I got the hooks. You can see how bad I got the hooks bent out. I just want to make sure I get them. We had a bad storm. Temperature went from 90s, 94 to 64. That probably messes with them a little bit. Oh, 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 oh. What that is? Was a bass, fat one. Oh, dude, come on.
All right, so that was me catching a few on a fluke and on a little frog. I've got one here. This is a black one. It's made by, this one just a Academy brand X or something. You know, their little H2O stuff they got. Anyways, it's like undersized. It's a little bit smaller. I had this black one, and then one I was fishing with was a perch colored one. And I've got the hooks bent out, so you can see it'll get you. I mean, like anything, you don't have to press the frog. People that make frogs, hollow body frogs, advertise them as the fish are gonna bite this thing down and expose these hooks, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if fish are all the time clamping on it, or sometimes they're just picking it up in defensive striking at it, where they're like slapping it, because I've caught them on the outside of their face too. But anyways, yeah, this was just I bend the hooks out a little bit so that if they get it in their mouth at all, when I set the hook, it'll pick up the hook point, hopefully. The other bait was a bubblegum colored fluke, like a pink fluke. That's the first time I've ever used one. I was walking by them, caught me. You know, they say some lures catch fishermen, some catch fish. It just kind of like thought I would give it a shot. And I've had them for a while, and I didn't really have a day to throw them. That day came around where it was cloudy, it was overcast, the temperature dropped. I was thinking I'll just give it a shot. But that's the deal on the fluke. I throw a fluke a lot. I just don't throw that color, and that's interchangeable. You could have been throwing a Cinco, any kind of, you could be throwing any of your favorite, a French fry, just pick your confidence bait that you throw, and it would have worked. Those fish in there, they're not like, they're not keyed in on just such a specific bait or color or anything like that, it would have mattered. It helped that it was overcast. It helped that, if it was a bright sunny day, I would have been throwing probably what I normally throw, which is a bait fish color or a natural color. Or I might have been throwing a Cinco in a natural color like green pumpkin or something like that. Those fish are just not keyed in. It's public water and everybody beats it to death, but in a way those fish kind of behave like pond fish do. That pond is a few acres, maybe 5 acres, 4 acres, I don't know. And they tend to behave, even though I think that's all they see is Cincos probably. But getting in a kayak and being away from the crowd, being away from the bank helps more than the lure selection. I'll put it that way. Being able to fish somewhere where people can't cast to, or throw live bait. People use a lot of live bait in those lakes. So being in a kayak and being where I can get further off the shore, that's the main thing that's more important than lure, line, rod, any of that stuff. But the 2 rods I have 2 identical. I have 2 Revo X and 2 Falcon HD. Those Falcon HD they used to be like $59.99. That's why I got them. I got 1 heavy and 1 medium heavy. I put braid on the medium heavy and I put fluorocarbon line on the heavy action. I wanted it that way to get better hook sets because I knew on fluorocarbon I was going to be throwing things that were weedless like my flukes and stuff like that. And then the braid, went with a little bit more limber action because I didn't want to, having the benefit of braid, I didn't need all the backbone of the rod. And I knew I was going to be throwing these little bitty frogs and stuff like that. And, it's nice to have them. They match. They stay in the kayak. They go everywhere. I just have 2 rod holders right now. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make some modifications down the road, hopefully. But when I get more rod holders, I may carry some other rods that I take in my big boat. But anyways, for now, I'm having fun with the kayak and got those 2 little setups. I can do everything I need with those 2 rods right there. If you just had to have 1 rod, I would just probably do lighter braid. Instead of 65-pound braid, I would drop down and do like 40 or 50. Or I would do like a copolymer line that floats. And that way you could frog fish with it or topwater fish with it. They make some copolymers that stretch a lot less than mono and still float. And they also make copolymers that stretch a lot less than mono and sink. So mono's great, but now that copolymer lines are out, there's some good ones. And you can get a good all-around line if you wanted to be able to just have 1 rod, 1 reel, 1 setup. Use like an 18-pound copolymer floating line, and you could I could throw this little frog on it. And the belly of your line wouldn't sink. You could throw all of your normal Texas rig stuff, weightless stuff. But I mean, I don't need to do that. I had the rods in my garage, and when I was putting together this kayak, I figured I would set one up for Texas rig, weedless fishing, and set one up for topwaters and frogs. And honestly, I'm not going to throw very many styles of topwater other than a hollow-bodied frog or a buzzbait. That, to me, all these places that I fish, these little urban city ponds, city lakes, state park lakes, city park lakes, whatever you want to call them, they're if I can get around some vegetation, I'll throw just probably a frog. I mean, it's easy enough to do. Keep me from having to have a bunch of tackle in my boat. I'm still scared I'm gonna tump the thing over. I don't want to tump it over with 9 kinds of rods and tackle. I see these guys with these kayak setups, man. You can get as crazy as you want to get. I'm trying to keep it opposite of my boat. My boat, lots of tackle, lots of rods, whatever. The kayak, opposite. Little as I can get away with. But anyways, that's about all. That's the rods, that's the reels, that's the lures. I wasn't weighting those flukes at all. I was just throwing them with a number 5 heavy wire hook, just extra wide gap, EWG 5/0 heavy wire hook, stout. I think it's made by 6 Cents. It's called a stout or something like that. But anyways, that's the hook. Any heavy wire hook would do. I don't throw the light wire ones because you're getting the benefit of the weight of the hook, giving you some castability and giving you some fall rate on your weedless setup, your fluke or your Cinco or whatever you decide to throw. But anyways, thanks for watching. I'm gonna make some more of these videos, so subscribe if you want to see some more stuff. Kayak fishing. I'm gonna do some fishing out of my aluminum boat. A lot of the footage, I've shot some footage already. I just gotta put it into a format for YouTube and then get it uploaded. But throughout the summer, it might slow down a little bit, and I might transition over to some more bow hunting stuff, or shoot some footage of other things, fly fishing, stuff like that. But pretty much it's going to be just I'm putting the channel up there to get some footage out of the stuff that I'm doing anyways, without airbrushing. I might put some videos of airbrushing baits, hard baits and stuff like that, and me pouring some soft plastics. Last summer I got all the stuff to pour soft plastics, so I might make some videos of that type of stuff. Just any and everything that I'm messing with in the outdoors, I'm gonna put up on there. So anyways, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.